Welcome everybody to the Red G Fox channel, where we cover Sanford and Son, from things you might not know to episodes like today, episode breakdown, all sorts of fun things, trivia polls. Go check it out. We got a couple new ones. You know, it's exciting doing a channel like this because there is no limit to what you can do, right? I know we do our weekly breakdown, and today we have one of the best. It's an 8.0. We know season 3 is stacked with 8.0. And if you're looking at this going, hey, you know what? I don't care about this. I'm going to go watch the episode. I don't care about this guy. Okay, if you don't, when you watch these shows, you'll get clips, but you'll also get fun facts, things you didn't know about the episode. You'll also get to learn about the actors behind them, the first appearances, and all sorts of cool trivia stuff, as well as just enjoying it with a reaction to someone else who loves the show as much as you. So be sure to tune in and stick around for some fun stuff after this. If you haven't ever seen the episode, go watch it first. I don't want to spoil it for you. And also, become a member. Power to the Foxes. Power to the Foxes. Yes, well, that is Jim Offit. Thank you very much, Jim, for being one of our members. You will get shout outs. We're going to do live shows, just members only, once we actually get a big enough group. I don't want to just be me and Jim talking one-on-one the whole time. But yeah, join our community. There's all sorts of other perks. Go check them out and become a member today. Look on our page. So today, what is the episode? And that is A House Is Not a Pool Room. In this one, a quick summary before we get going on familiar faces and fun facts. This is the one where, hey, Fred comes home. It's his birthday. Lamont, yeah, you're a good son, Lamont. I think so. Let's look at that.
Nice. You're a good son, Lamont. Yeah.
I always love that. They say it constantly throughout the episode. You're a good son, Lamont. Lamont's always like, yeah, I know. Not in an arrogant way, but just in a way like he's like, yeah, I know, I'm a good son. He gets him a pool table. And Fred, man, we know later on that he's a pool hustler. Remember with Carol Rhodes, and he used to hustle him. That's how he made his money. We don't know at this time, but in this we see Fred gets a pool table. He's excited. He's loving it, and he's having a great time with Bubba, Leroy, Skillet. Yes, they're only in 5 episodes, so anytime we get to have them in here and talk about them, but big time bonus because we all love Leroy and Skillet, as well as Grady, the most popular friend in Sanford and Son history, in my opinion, and in most of the polls and comments we ever get. Most people love Grady. So you got those guys together. We know at 3 Degrees. We know at the one with Aunt Esther when they have the funeral and they come back, and this one. So it's not often you get all of them together. So this is going to be a great episode. But that's the summary. Got the pool table. And that's all Fred does. It's interfering with his daily life, with work in Lamont, and it's interfering with his date night life, right? With Donna. She doesn't want to deal with this guy hanging out. Who wants to hang out with when you should be going on a date? So, but Lamont has an idea on how to fix that. So that is the summary. Let's get to the fun facts. All right, with our fun facts, there are a few. There's a few other ones that we're not even going to mention that really aren't that big to involve anything. But this is the first time in series history that Lamont is actually nice to Donna. Up to this point, we've seen him try to break him up with his own family, right? Where he's stabbing her in the back. We've seen him when he keeps saying Lamont. Remember with Osgood Wilcox? He's like, look at her. Look at him, Pop. Look at him. You know, they're out there dancing and everything. So we know he's always does not like the Barracuda, and he wants her out of there. This is the first time we see him actually be really cordial, very polite. Even comes up with a plan where Donna's like, hey man, I can't, if this is what our date night's gonna be like, and Lamont's like, I have an idea, and she's all, what? They work together, you know, he sets it up, and so this is great. From this point on, we don't know what happened from the last time. Maybe Fred really grilled him after he almost ruined it with Esther's side of the family. But after that, from here on, man, Lamont is the nicest guy to Donna. Even season 6, where he goes out with him and his fiancée Janet, and he's like, oh, it'd be great to have a beautiful woman on each arm. So he really flips a coin right here on Donna, and this is the first time we get to see that. All right, another fun fact. Leroy gets a phone call in this. Let's look at it.
Ooh, I ain't talking cha-cha, I can hear you.
I love when he gets that. He's got there. Later on, we even see him where he's all, yeah, keep talking when he's eating all that food. He's all, I can still hear you, Cha-Cha. But it's Cha-Cha Hogan from Detroit. Who the heck is Cha-Cha Hogan? He's actually recorded an album, I believe. He could do songs. But he's been in Sanford and Son multiple times. If you remember the episode where his brother-in-law comes along, Rodney comes, and they want to do a performance. Remember the heckler? Get to the geek. That was Cha-Cha Hogan in the audience. As well as the one where Fred goes to the home sweet home for the aged, where Lamont tries to take him off so he goes on a tramp steamer. I love when Bubba says that. He's all, did you know that? The pea coat? He's all, did you know that before you bought it? But anyways, in that one, that's another classic. We've already covered that. If you love our show, go back and check it. It's best of season 2. It'll be in there. But yeah, he did that. And in that one, remember when Fred picks a fight with the old man in the hallway? He said, I wish you would. And they're going back and forth. That is also Cha-Cha Hogan. So we get 2 episodes with them, and the third is a reference with them, and here where he's talking to Leroy on the phone. So just in case you go, who the heck is that Cha-Cha? The guy sounds familiar. Know that he's an actual person, and he is in Sanford and Son. So that is it with our fun facts. Oh no, wait, this is one more. I'm sorry. I was going to save this for the familiar faces because we're going to talk about him. This is the very first episode of introduction to Otis Littlejohn. He comes in here. He's the one who buys the pool table. He originally starts out as a friend of Grady, and then he's in a couple other episodes, I believe 3 total. So that's another fun fact if you go, Otis Littlejohn, what was his first episode? The house is not a pool room. Remember, he buys the pool table. So that's it with fun facts. Let's get to familiar faces. All right, familiar faces. That is none other than Matthew Stymie Beard. Yes. In this one, like I said, he's in 3 different Sanford and Son episodes. What else has he done? We got one big performance. Most diehards already know, but if you're new, you might not know this. He also appeared in Maude, 2 episodes of that. 6 episodes of Good Times. People have mentioned that in the past. I didn't know that because I've only seen a few episodes of Good Times. But they put on there, hey, he was in several episodes. He played, I believe, a reoccurring character. You can even check the comment section. Someone will probably set us straight on that. 1 episode of The Jeffersons. 1 episode of Different Strokes. And total everything. 94 shows and movies. His most memorable, we all know him as Stymie from Our Gang Comedy way back in the day. And you can see him right here. That is him. Oh, what a cute little kid. And he's got that bowler hat. He actually got that. This is something I learned from another YouTuber that actually looked it up, and it's a fact. He got it from Stan Laurel from Laurel and Hardy. He got it as a gift. They both had the same, I believe it was Hal Roach. They both had the same agent. They got to meet each other, and he gave him that hat. And what a keepsake. I would love that. That should be in a museum, right? We talk about the Sanford & Son truck that's owned by Blue Line Classics. They kind of keep it like a museum where, hey, it's just for parades. This hat should be, I mean, if I owned it, it would be sitting right here on display in a nice hard case. But man, what a collector's item that would be. So that is it with familiar faces on everything he did as well. Like I said, 94 he did a bunch. Let's get to the breakdown.
You're a good son of mine. You're a good son.
I think so.
All right, so here Fred comes back. He was on a date with Donna. And this is the funny part is remember when he's talking to her and he's like, you know, there was a lot of sex and violence in the movie. And then I love Fred's line. Let's check that line
They
right
didn't
there.
mix it up like that. See, if you wanted violence, you went to see James Cagney or Humphrey Bogart. And if you wanted sex, you went home.
I love that. And then he tells her, hey, he's all, that movie didn't give you no ideas, right, Donna? She's all, no, Fred. And then he wants to invite her in, and she says, yeah, she'll actually come in. And Fred's shocked. He's like, wait a minute. Any other time, you know, Donna's a lady, and Fred has to treat her like a gentleman. She never wants to come in for a late night. Maybe he wants to do a little snuggling. She never does that. So he's shocked. You can see the expression. He's like, hey, that movie didn't give you no idea, right? So they go inside right there. And that's when they yell. Let's look at it right here. Yes, surprise! The whole gang's there, and as soon as you see that, if you're the first time you ever seen this, or if you're a guy who maybe you're just watching on TV, I mean, us diehards are never going to forget, but even if you're a casual fan, and this episode pops up, and you see Leroy, Skillet, Bubba, Grady, Fred, heck yeah, that's why season 3 is the best. Not only are the episodes amazing, with people like the lawyer/Taylor, Cochran, right? Sonny Cochran. You also get Big Money Grip, and then you get episodes like this, and then we got later on JoJo Jackson. I mean, there's a lot of memorable season 3, but when you get only a handful of episodes, like literally 2 or 3, and these guys are all together, this is prime time. This is why, to me, it's higher than 8.0, having all these guys there. So he's excited. They got a pool table, and they reveal it. Remember, at first Fred's like, what does Fred say when they say, hey, we got you a gift?
You gotta give me no present, son. Just having all my friends here together, that's present enough for me. Where'd you get?
That's another thing I like about Fred's character. He's always like, remember, just like in the Christmas one. So come on, Fred, start us off. Sing a Christmas carol. He's like, no, I don't want to do that. A flat. He's already got it. And that's the same thing here. Nah, man, just having my friends. He's so modest. And then he's like, oh, what'd you get me? He totally flips like that on a dime. So that's what we love about Fred, things like that. He gets the pool table and he's ecstatic. And they even got his own cue stick. And they're playing, having a great old time. And that's when Donna's like, hey, you know what? What does she say about Lamont? And we talked about this earlier. Let's see it.
You're a good son of mine.
Yeah.
Yes. You know what? I think so. You're a good son. I think so. So the next day, Fred's Croc back at it again, and Lamont's like, hey man, did you get... Basically, you getting your chores done? No, Fred is not getting anything done because he's in the middle playing pool. And then as he's coming down, and remember, he's got a date. He's like, Pop, you know, I got things to do. I've been busy work. I got a date tonight. And who comes in? Seldom done. Who wants to play the devil one? Bubba drops that. And Fred's all, anybody who want... Oh, no, I think that's here. He said, anybody who want to win. But anyways, the crew's back. And now Lamont's like, I can't. You know, what's going on? What are we going to do here? They're all over the place. He's got to use the restroom. And then he gets a phone call. Let's check that phone call out.
Short. Just make it quick. Well, let me see who it is first. Hello? Hey, man, where you been?
Yeah, it's Cha-Cha Hogan from Detroit. Man, long distance, that's expensive. It's easier nowadays. But back then, heck no, man. No way at all. So you can't get that. Then Donna shows up, and remember, Lamont takes Donna to her, and Fred's about, he's all, you big dumb, you know, and then he realizes it's Donna. She messed up his shot, and Skillet's like, I don't care, you missed your shot. And he's all, nah, man, she messed me up. So you see they're having a good time, and Donna's like, man, again? I thought we had a date tonight. And he's like, oh, we'll do that. They take him aside in the kitchen, and that's when they go in there, and he's like, hey, you know, she's all, I didn't get all dressed up. Let's see what Donna has to say to Fred, because she's not happy about this pool table now.
Tonight.
Going, we here.
Yeah, the kitchen?
Yeah. He's like, oh, I'll go in there with them, and then I'll come back. Come back with you. Yeah, every girl's dream, right, Fred? The best part is that then Lamont comes in and he starts talking to Donna, and he's like, I got a date. You know, I got to shave right here. And she's all in the kitchen. And he's like, why? Why does he have to shave in the kitchen? Lamont, just go to your bathroom. What's up with that?
You are gonna shave in the kitchen.
I got to. Bubba's upstairs in the bathroom, and he's got the Christmas issue of Ebony magazine.
He ain't getting in the bathroom now, not with that going on. So after that, you know, he's like, I got an idea. I'll come with it. Donna's like, okay, what? See, that's what I'm saying. They're kind of conniving together, working together, coming up with a plan. So the next day we see Fred, and he's still not getting nothing done. And Lamont's like, hey, you know what? He's glad, and he's like, you know what? You're a good son. Let's see it again.
I don't know how to thank you for this pool table. You're a good son of mine.
Yeah, I think so.
I never get tired of that when and every time Lamont's, same answer, same casual coolness, right? Damon Wilson, cool as heck. So he says that, then he's like, hey, the friends come in, and they're all excited, and Fred's probably not expecting them. But that's when Lamont's like, hey guys, we got some refreshments, we got all sorts of stuff. And let's see what he brings in. That is so much stuff. He's got all this food, and then Fred's like, what the heck? He said, man, those are homegrown bellies. You know, let them grow them at home. Why are you giving away all my stuff? And he's like, hey, and I love this. Another Bible reference. Sanford and Son had so many Bible references. And here's another one where Fred's like, Lamont's like, hey, man, what did Jesus do with all this food?
Jesus fed the multitude with 4 fish and a loaf of bread.
But he couldn't feed that bunch with 4 whales and a truckload of bread.
So they're chowing down. Now we're not playing pool. So Fred's like, I ain't playing pool. My friends are eating all my food. And now they're even going after his booze. And he knows, Lamont knows, hey, this is how I do it. This is how I get rid of it. And he sits there and he's trying to get him down. And he's like, no, don't. And he goes in there and he starts telling him, you can't do that. And in comes Skillet, right? And he's like, hey, he needs a toothpick. And he takes, let's see it.
Oh, that's all right. Never mind.
Lamont, he gonna eat my broom.
He got it. He could eat my broom, Lamont. So you can see that he's like, man, I'm losing food. I'm losing, and nothing's working out like I thought it would be. So this is backfiring now. But to me, if I'm Fred, I'm just saying, hey, Lamont, no more. You know, or I'd go tell him, hey guys, give me this food. You ain't getting all this. You go down to the pool hall if you want that. This is where you eat, come over and hang and play pool. But Fred, he doesn't do that. And then Lamont's like, I gotta go get more refreshments. And remember when he's like, hey guys, you'll be back tomorrow, right?
Hey, all y'all coming back tomorrow, aren't you? I ain't leaving.
Bubba's the best, man. I love Bubba when he says that. Look at him right here when they're all doing it. You can even see their faces. Like, Bubba's eyes are bulging. Leroy's got a big old... I don't even know how Leroy's taking a bite of that stuff. So it's not going well. And Fred's like, I got it. And then that's when he discusses with Grady. He's like, Grady... And Grady keeps sucking his teeth. He's all, please stop sucking your teeth, Grady. Please. And then he finally rips off a big handle. You can see right here, the big piece of broom. He's like, here, use these as straws. But please, Grady, please don't suck your teeth when I'm talking to you. And I love that because later in the season, Grady does that again when he goes to sleep when him and Lamont share a bed. He's like, I'm sucking my teeth now so I won't suck them in my sleep. Oh, man, I can't wait to get to Grady episodes, too. Those are hysterical. But, yeah, he says that. So he ain't come now. Fred comes up with a plan, and he's like, he's gonna sell the pool table, and that's when Grady comes over late at night. I'm sorry if I keep doing this. It is very hot in my room, and I can't have the fan on because it goes makes a noise. So, anyways, and I'm dying here laughing, anyways. But yeah, so Grady's like, yeah, well, I got a buddy, and he goes in there, and they have to get the pool table outside. And then he tries breaking it. It ain't going this way. It ain't going the long way. They can't get it. They try to tilt it inside. And Fred's like, well, how'd y'all get it in here? And Grady, Grady, why didn't you show them? So Grady being Grady, let's look at that.
Oh, it was easy. We did it like this.
He slide it on out. And now we get to meet Otis Littlejohn, who's very funny. Right, my favorite time we'll get to coming up in a month or so is when he goes and he's got the money for the Social Security check. Dr. Otis Littlejohn, when he can just check down Grady's throat. So we got some good stuff on him coming up later. This one, not too funny. But he is there, and he's going to sell him the table. He's all, man, this is like over $200, you know. And he's like, well, how much you selling it for? He said, 200. He's like, no, 150. No, 100. And he finally gets 75. 75. He's, you know, Otis Littlejohn's not a chump. He's not falling for it. So he buys it for 75, and Fred's like, why don't you say so? So he takes the table, and then even Grady's like, what does Grady say about, what are you going to do with the money now?
Who got the money?
You got it.
Case closed.
No, Fred, that don't sound right.
Now,
to
even
me.
if Grady says this doesn't sound right, Mr. 3 Social Security checks, right, and they owe him one more, even if he wants to play Mr. Innocent now, I think Fred's right. This is his stuff. If someone gave me something, and a few days later I said it's not working, it's not what I wanted, and I sold it, regardless, it's you got it for me, and I should get the money. It's my present. And I agree here that Fred should get the money. He sells it, but Lamont is right up the door, or the stairs, as you can see right here, and he's spying on him. He wants to see, so he knows what's going on. He sees Fred tuck the money underneath, and now we get to one of the best, where Fred's out there, right? He lays down, and he's all, help, help. Let's look at it real quick. He comes down. And Lamont's trying to help him. What happened? He's all, there was 5 of them. I kung one and food the other. You know, he was totally acting like he could have took it. He's all, Pop, you should have called me down. I could have helped. The action's too much for a youngster like you. You know, he couldn't do it. So it's so funny when he says all that. And he doesn't know that Lamont actually pulled the money out right from the couch right here. You can see he pulls the money out wisely so, and he steps on it. So now he's going like, hey, you know what? I can have a chance to make it to where I can. Fred's trapped. He can't call him on it. So he's acting like he did all this, and they just overpowered him. Remember just like the time they overpowered him with the gun, and he hit him on the head with the gun. He's like, oh, I thought you said he hit him on the head. Oh, the handle was soft. So Fred took on 5 guys, and Lamont's like, hey, man, I'm just happy you're alive. And then that's when Fred's like, yeah, let's go to bed. And then he sees the money. Oh, man, let's look at that.
Hey, wait a minute. What's that? It's money. It's not mine. It's not yours. You know what?
He's got it. And Fred's like, yeah, you know, someone's probably sad somewhere. And Lamont, a great idea for Lamont, right? He's like, hey, it looks like they dropped it. Well, hey, we got our $75 back, right? They took the table. It's the same price. We're good. And he's like, Fred's like, I feel it. What does Fred say? I don't want to say it. Let's you guys hear it.
No, you know, somehow I feel a definite sense of loss.
I feel so bad. Fred's looking everywhere, and they go up, and that's the end of that. So for this episode, we still have one more little part at the end. Yeah, I'll talk about it. I usually talk about it after we give the overall grade of the episode. But Donna comes, and then Fred, rightfully so, he goes to Lamont. He's all, hey, you know, maybe I should get that money. And he's like, no, Pop, we found that in the house. That's house money. He's like, yeah, but I'm out of a birthday present. And see, I agree. And I agree with Lamont. At least Lamont says, look, remember, this is how Lamont changed from season 1. And I know it's all writing, but it shows the evolution of his character to where he goes, he used to struggle with it. Now he always knows, and we've seen it like when he was supposed to get married to the one lady to get, wasn't it $10,000 if she got married? And Grady's stepdaughter. And so it was like Lamont let his dad think he got it. So right here he knows, look, I know you tried to fool me, but I'll let you have it. Now it looks better because at least Lamont's saying, I'm giving it, you know, or not so much Fred is trying to trick him again. So it's good. Lamont's like, all right. He gives him the money, and he's all excited. And then Donna comes in, and he's like, oh, what are we going to do? And he's like, I thought we would watch a little. She's like, I didn't get all dressed up to go watch television. Let's see what Lamont has an idea. Let's hear from Lamont.
Oh, you didn't know?
No.
Pop just recently fell into $75.
Lamont's like, hey, if you're getting that $75, you're going to put it to use. So now they get to go, they can go to Disneyland, they can go out to eat, let's celebrate. So they got the money, and Fred is pissed. He's like, shut up, dummy. Nobody asked you. So he takes off, and that's how it ends. So it's a good ending. This is one where, hey, Fred gets the money. Lamont, hey, gets the last laugh. He still gets something out of it, even though he tried to trick him. Very entertaining episode. I would give this like an 8.2, 8.3. I really, it's not one where it feels like it's over in a flash either. I mean, I feel like the pool table's one half, and when he sells it and the fight drama is the second half, to where you go, you know, you feel like it's actually maybe a 30-minute clip when it's still about 24 minutes. But overall, yeah, 8.2 or 8.3. I put this in a top 15 all time. This is so good. And like I said, the bonus of Leroy, Skillet, Bubba, Grady, and Fred, man, that's like when you're getting, you know, like the Yankees, right? When they have some of the top lineups, when you got Mantle and all these guys in it at the same time, we're just like murderer's row. That was this for Sanford and Son. So comment below, did you agree? Is this one of your top 15? Is it even your top 10? And what are your thoughts on the episode overall? So thank you guys very much. I love this one, as I mentioned, 8.2, 8.3. Have a great week, and we will be looking to you Friday. And keep looking for those shorts. I'm dropping them all the time, and I'm going to try to put, like I used to put quiz, then a poll, then a quiz. I've been maybe leaving them 2 days, and then put another one to try to give everyone a subscriber to see it, because sometimes if you put them back to back to back to back so quick, they'll fade. You'll click in and you'll miss that entire thing. So that's why I try to give it. But I'm going to go back to one every other day, you know, so you guys get stuff all the time. So we're always busy on our channel. Thank you again. And if you enjoyed any of this, if you made it to the end of the video, give a like and a subscribe. And we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.